Today we'll be looking at the Mario movie figures from Jakks Pacific, or what the boxes look like. As you can see, I found Mario in a TK Maxx of all places for £8. On the front of the box you have a window and a logo. On the side of the box you have a picture of Mario. On the back another picture of Mario. And on the other side a picture of Mario with a logo. Nothing at the top or the bottom. However, on the bottom the box is red to match his costume. For Luigi's box it's the same as Mario, just pictures of Luigi on all sides, and on the top is the same as well. And on the bottom is green this time. There are shapes on the box that are a different kind of plastic, a shiny plastic. Here's what Mario looks like outside of the box with his plunger of steel. Mario's head sculpt is very accurate, and you can see the stitching on his hat here and the seam line going all around his head. Also, there's a bunch of branding stuff on his back. Mario's shoes are surprisingly the most detailed part of him. All the laces and the little buckles are painted. He has these 3 lines on each one of his gloves. And I did just realise the blue kind of cuts up in places due to where the seams are for the plastic. Luigi also has the same shoes as Mario. The same everything really, just moulded a bit smaller and thinner and repainted. It looks like Luigi's nose is a different colour from the rest of his face. Also there's some branding on the back of him as well. Really like the way they put the seams on the pockets on his chest. And now you can have the iconic duo in movie and sort of realistic form. Also, I don't know if you've picked it up in this clip, but their eyes actually follow you due to how they've been put behind a little bit of plastic. Sort of like the Mona Lisa, but the Mona Lisa isn't in your bedroom staring at you waiting to give you a heart attack every morning. I don't really know the science behind this, but I do know that the Sonic figures kind of, but not really did it. Mario comes with a plunger because, you know, he's a plumber. He doesn't need a gun or a sword, he just needs his trusty plunger. Luigi comes with a light. I believe this is a nod to the game, definitely a nod to the movie since he's from the movie. It takes a bit, you gotta bend his hand a little bit, his fingers. It's moulded to hold the light, but it's not really moulded that well to push the light into his fingers, so you do have to use a bit of force. Probably about 30 seconds before you can get the hang of it. Mario brings the muscle, Luigi brings the light, I guess. I do have to say they look pretty cool next to them, although they're not really all that detailed, the accessories I mean. Also, I just realised that Mario's knees have pins in them, and the inside of his collar wasn't really painted, it still looks a bit blue. Articulation, I think his head is on a ball joint, however it's best to just move it left and right as you can't really move it up and down. He has a hinge at the shoulder, a swivel and hinge, a single jointed hinge at his elbow, a wrist swivel, a swivel at the waist. His leg can kick that far up and that far back. He also has a thigh swivel. He can kind of do the splits, not really, you can probably force him to. And he also has a single jointed knee, and I think it might be a ball joint at his foot as well, I don't know. Luigi has just about the same amount as Mario, however he can probably move a bit more due to him being skinnier. He has single jointed elbows, a swivel at the elbow and a wrist swivel. He also has a waist swivel. Sorry about that. His leg can kick that far up and that far back. He can do the splits a lot better than Mario. Also, his thigh swivel is a cut in the leg and not really moulded like Mario's. He also has pin knees and a ball joint at the foot that doesn't really work. I would now like to do some size comparisons next to some other game figures. Here he is next to the 2.5 game Mario, still in the box. Here they are next to the game Mario, couldn't be bothered to take out of the box. And here he is next to game Luigi, who I also couldn't take out of the box. Here they are next to movie Sonic, which I think they work really well with. And here they are next to movie Shadow, which they also work really well with. Here they are next to game Sonic, they look pretty cool next to him and game Mario. Overall, I'm giving them a